Hi, welcome to Pathways of Hope. The Gospel reading for today is taken from the Gospel of John, chapter 5. And we see here Jesus defending himself because his enemies were trying to discredit him. The Jewish leaders, the religious leaders, were not believing in the message of Christ. In this passage, he clearly tells them, "You are not of God. You are glorying in yourself. That's why you are not seeing the work of God in Jesus Christ." Let me read to you the controversial conversation and what Jesus was saying about himself. In John chapter 5, 31 and following till verse 47, Jesus says, "If I bear witness to myself, my testimony is not true. There is another who bears witness to me, and I know that the testimony which he bears to me is true. You sent to John, and he has borne witness to the truth. Not that the testimony which I receive is from man, but I say this that you may be saved. He was a burning and shining lamp, and you were willing to rejoice for a while in his light. But the testimony which I have is greater than that of John. For the works which the Father has granted me to accomplish, these very works which I am doing, bear witness that the Father has sent me. And the Father who sent me has himself borne witness to me. His voice you have never heard, his form you have never seen, and you do not have his word abiding in you, for you do not believe him who has sent. You search the scriptures because you think that in them you have eternal life, and it is they that bear witness to me. Yet you refuse to come to me that you may have life. I do not receive glory from men, but I know that you have not the love of God within you. I have come in my Father's name, and you do not receive me. If another comes in his own name, him you will receive. How can you believe who receive glory from one another and do not seek the glory that comes from the only God? Do not think I shall accuse you to the Father. It is Moses who accuses you, on whom you set your hope. If you believe Moses, you would believe me, for he wrote of me. But if you do not believe his writings, how will you believe my words?" End of reading. You see here in this message, Jesus was condemning the religious leaders for not accepting that he was sent by God. And that is a strong statement. And he gives one reason why. This one line here that communicates to us the reason why we sometimes fail to see the work of God. He says, "But I know that you have not the love of God within you. I have come in my Father's name, and yet you do not receive me. If another comes in his own name, him you will receive. How can you believe that who receive glory from one another and do not seek the glory that comes from the only God?" The problem is many times we don't recognize the work of God because we glory in each other. We are so proud that we sometimes do not recognize our need for God. And here, because of the envy of the enemies of Jesus, they could not see the work of God in Jesus Christ. Now, isn't it the case that in our day and age, many of us fail to recognize God because we are too proud? We think that we do not need God. I hope and pray that none of us will fall into the trap of being too proud, that we give glory to each other and fail to recognize Jesus Christ, the one who really represents the very image of God to us. And because of our pride, we might say no to Him in our life. I pray that nothing like that will happen amongst us, and that all of us will be humble enough to accept that Jesus is the one who was sent by the Father, and it's time for us to give our lives to Him. God bless you.